Gracious God, creator of the universe, and yet the lover of my soul. Alpha and Omega, and yet I can call you friend. I don't have to beg you for anything, but I can thank you for everything. God, I thank you because this is the day that you have made, and I can rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you for this day of magnificence and glory and splendor. God, I thank you for life, health, and for strength. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for peace, love, and joy. I thank you for the essence of you that envelops me right now, from the crown of my head to the soles of my feet. We thank you for this day of manifestation. We thank you for the day of revelation. We thank you for the day of impartation. We thank you as you move in the midst of your people to bring us to the greatest times that we've ever seen since the foundation of the world. Thank you, Lord, that for this time and for this season, you've allowed us to be a part of your move in the face of the earth. I thank you, God, for the revolution that you're bringing forth, God, even in the midst of the earth right now. And I thank you for the opportunity to be a part of what you're doing in this hour, because in the last days, saith God, you said you would pour out your spirit on all flesh. And so now we thank you for the pouring out. God, I thank you for the rain and the move of your spirit. I thank you for fresh oil. I thank you for new wine. I thank you for the new thing that you're doing. I thank you now that it does spring forth. I thank you, Lord, that you've called us to be the head and not the tail. You've called us to be above only and not beneath. You've called us to be the lender and not the borrower. You've called, God, that our storehouses would be full and increase. God, I thank you because even I decree and declare that the people under the sound of my voice, even now, are moving in the might of your strength. Not by might nor by power, but by your spirit. I thank you for those that are the sons and daughters of God that are called because they walk not after the flesh, but after your spirit. I thank you for the rising up of the people of your kingdom. I thank you that your kingdom come. I thank you that your will be done, even now in earth as it is in heaven. I thank you, Lord, because you are moving in the midst of your people mightily as never before. Raise us up, oh God, to the standard of what you've called us to be. God, I thank you for the standard of greatness. I thank you for the standard of holiness. I thank you for the standard of moving as the sons and daughters of yours, and not as vagabonds, not as those that never knew you, not as those that are confused and confounded, but God, those that know who they are in you. I thank you for the knowing. I thank you, God, for knowing you. I thank you for knowing your presence. Thank you for knowing your Holy Ghost power that gives us the ability to be successful. Your anointing that gives us the power to rise up and be called blessed. Thank you for that is in us. Thank you, God, for all things that pertain to life and godliness. Thank you because we are not confused. We are not deceived. And we thank you for that clarity of mind and the clarity of vision that allows us to walk forth as kings and queens, as princes and princesses in the kingdom that walk in the earth. We thank you that we are your beloved, and we rise up as the apple of your eye. We rise up, oh God, as those that you love with all of your heart. And God, we love you back. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for soundness of spirit. I thank you that healing is our bread. Healing is our deliverance. By the stripes of Jesus, we're already healed. And we speak forth that healing even now for those that need it. Thank you, God, for every stripe that was taken. Thank you for the bruising. Thank you that he was wounded for our transgressions, bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. God, with those same stripes we declare and we speak healing in Jesus' name. We give you glory, we give you peace, we give you honor, we give you blessing, we give you might. We ascribe all of these things unto you because they are yours. Thank you, the fruit of my lips giving thanks unto your name, ever giving you all that is yours. Glory, honor, power, dominion, majesty. It's yours. I decree it and I speak it In the mighty name of Jesus, it is so. Amen and amen.
Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to welcome you to today's edition of Yes, You O Cube. And what does O Cube stand for? One-on-one? Because it's just me and you. I am the spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman, and I want to welcome you on this fine day, children. It's Thursday. Yes, Thursday, September the 21st in the year 2023. And it's another day's journey. And it's just good to be alive, you all. It's just good to be alive. Now, I just want to say thank you to everybody that came in early this morning. CJ Manning 7 is here. He's lurking this morning, but I appreciate you and everybody that made it in. We're gathering a little slowly, but that's quite all right. Because listen, if you're like some of the folk, y'all didn't want to get out of bed. Get up, you sleepyhead. So I get it. It is a thankful Thursday, and folks are struggling to get their eyes open and get their juices flowing and get their blood moving and pumping. It's all good, but we're here. We're going to start with the VIP section on this morning. And once more and again, I appreciate everybody that comes in to make sure there's plenty of love, joy, peace, soul, and happiness in the Lion's Den. Let's go ahead and start with the third person in this room this morning, shall we? Joanna G98, you did it, sis. Yes, go ahead and get your lips, hips, and your fingertips right on over there on that love seat. Please do, Joanna G. Who knew? You listen, I tell you what, did I knock myself out? Let me see. Did I knock myself out? Can y'all hear me? I messed around and hit a button. Let me know if you can hear me, y'all. Can you hear me? Because I can't hear myself. Let me see. Oh, okay. Now I'm going all through. Lord Jesus. Can you hear me now? Children, I done hit a button. I wasn't paying no attention. And I done turned my own self off. Lord God, today. Oh, you can hear me. Good. Okay. Ooh, I tell you what, I'm doing all kind of things up in here. Now, Joanna G, as I was saying, as soon as I start streaming, when I hit the stream button, honey, mother comes on in, and I love you for that. I really, really do. I appreciate you. Honey, you are perched and ready, and I thank you. Now, the second person in the Lion's Den this morning is none other than CJ Manning 7. Come on in here. Appreciate you. Yes, Lord. As I said, CJ Manning 7 came in giving everybody love and well wishes this morning. Thank you, Michelle. Listen, I cut off my headphones so I couldn't see. I done messed around and hit the wrong button, but I think I got that joker together. Now, at the end of the day, CJ Manning came in saying he's always lurking on Thursday mornings, but he wanted to give everybody his love. And I appreciate you, CJ Manning, for coming in and making sure there's plenty of love, joy, peace, soul, and happiness in the Lion's Den. I truly appreciate you. But the winner of Grandpa Holmes' chair is none other than Kim Possible 7-Eleven. Y'all better give it up, because listen, oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. Get your lips, hips, and fingertips in that seat, sis. Yes, Kim Possible 7-Eleven, come on in here. Nothing but mad love to you. You did that. That's my pastor from the ATL. I got nothing but mad love for her. Nothing but mad love for my sister. She's all that and the bag of chips. Now, Kim, congratulations to you. I tell you what, she is multitasking. She's doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of everything, but she stays up with the Lions Den, and I want to appreciate you, sis. Come on, give it up one more time for her. Now, as my mother would say, before I go there, let me stop. Let me get back in my groove here. Let me get back in my groove. This is something that I always like to give up appreciation for my mods, because listen, my mods do such a marvelous, marvelous job. Let's go ahead and get that mod love going. Get that mod love going, because listen, at the end of the day, these moderators right here, children. Shelly Thunder. Come on, Shelly Thunder will give you a word in season from the scripture. I see that mod love, Joanna G. I see that mod love, BTD Mom. Come on in here, and good morning to you, CJ Manning 7, and congratulations for getting on that love seat, and thank you for lurking and working. I want you to know she'll also block your tail. I see that mod love, CJ Manning 7. She'll also block your tail, because listen, we don't play over here in the Lions Den. We keep it safe for the lions. No lion hunting over here. No lion hunting over here. And my moderators do a marvelous job. Then we're led by the leader of the pack, none other than the Rebel Inc. The Rebel Inc. is the galactic supervisor. She's my day one. She's my Ace Boon Coon. Yeah, she's all that in a bag of chips, and she is a streamer, you all. If you're not following the Rebel Inc., quit your ways. Just quit them, because I promise you, she's going to bless your whole life. And we'll be going over there in just a few minutes. Hold your weave, hold your wig. We'll be rolling over there in just a few. Then, of course, we have none other than the Quiet Storm. She's my angel. Yes, she's my angel, because she changes the atmosphere just by being in it. Listen, Michelle, let that halo shine. Let it shine, just like this little light of mine. Let that halo shine, Michelle. As you get out there in those streets, you be safe. You be careful out there. Nothing but mad love to you. Yes, these three make up my blessed trinity, and I couldn't make it without them. Now, as my mother would say, when you come in the room, speak to somebody. So we're going to come around and we're going to say good morning to all the beautiful people in here. Listen, Joanna G, and remind me, listen, you get some streaming privileges for making into the Lions Den and getting in that VIP section. Help me to remember to get that to you, love. Help me get that to you. Joanna G 98, that's my beautiful, blessed sister. Nothing but mad love to you. Come on in here, and I appreciate you for just being present and accountable in this stream this morning. Anita Harvey, otherwise known as BTD Mom. Listen, BTD Mom, Anita Harvey, good morning to you. That's my biggest, big, beautiful sister. Nothing but mad love to you. MCP 812 is my beautiful sister, pastor, cousin, friend. Listen, good morning, MCP 812, and I'll take DTL. I'll take it. I'll take it. I love it. Honey, listen, you can name me anything. It's okay. And I appreciate you as always for being in the Lions Den. Coming on down, and there she is, y'all, Miss America. Michelle, I love that for you. It's just perfect. It is absolutely perfect for you, sis. I appreciate you. That's my Michelle Brown. Oh, come on in here. And she's on time. She's an on-time mod. Yes, she is. I'm here to tell you, when she's on time, there's no telling what's going to happen in this stream this morning. KK Michelle, that's my beautiful soul. Come on in here, sis. Nothing but mad love to you. Come through, come through. I appreciate you for being in the room this morning. And I tell you what, you are just beautiful for situation. I love it, love it, love it. This baby right here, you talking about some true support. I thank you for that. And I appreciate you. Now, I was actually coming through, and I was looking to see, I was going to do something for you, but I can't find it. I can't find it, KK79. But nonetheless, I just want you to know I appreciate you. I'm going to find you a tone, girl. I'm going to find you a tone, because I tell you, this baby right here, she's out there, and she spreads the word. She is like Kai Chick. She's on the evangelist board. She goes out there, child, and she just goes in the highways and hedges and compels folks to come and shares the stream everywhere she can, as well as Glenda M.H. Groves. Honey, I got evangelists out there. BTD Mom, otherwise known as Anita Harvey, on Facebook. I mean, they're out here spreading the word, and I appreciate all of you for that. I really, really do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, coming on down, oh my goodness, I see CJ Manning 7 came in the room. That's my brother, that's my friend, and CJ Manning 7 is a streamer, you all. If you're not following CJ Manning 7, quit chewing your ways. Just quit him, because I promise you, he's going to bless your whole entire life. He is a gamer, so please go out there and give him your support. And there's my Mufasa truck driver. Oh, that's my Mufasa and my Lion King. That's my brother right there. He's saying good morning to the pastor, the sisters, the aunties, the uncles, and all the family, and decreeing and declaring that we shall have a blessed day today. Ashe, ashe. Come on in here, truck driver. Till 2 head palms down and 10 toes up. That's the way we rolling. And then beyond, we'll still be right in there. I appreciate you, my brother, and it's good just to see your name in the chat this morning. I love me some you, and I know you've been lurking, but thank you. It's good to see your name in the chat this morning. Glenda M. Groves, good morning to you. This is a force to be reckoned with here, right here, my children and my brothers and my sisters. Glenda M. Groves, I appreciate you. Great things are on the forecast for you, sis. Great and mighty and marvelous things. Please believe it and get ready for it. It's on the way. Now, as I come on down and I'm looking and looking to see who else may have come in the room while I was upstairs, who came in the basement, I'm checking it out. I'm making a list. I'm checking it twice. I'm going to find out who's naughty and who's nice. And Lord, whose name comes up? Shelly Thunder. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I got you. You on your flow right now, on your flight right now. So listen, Godspeed and safe travels and traveling mercies to you as you are out there, Shelly Thunder. This baby right here, I love me some her. So at the end of the day, you be safe, enjoy your trip and travels, and we'll see you when the plane lands. Nothing but mad love to you. Now coming on down, and I'm looking to see who else came in the room. That looks like it this morning. I'm gonna go ahead and take this first portion and make some announcements before we get into the stream. I appreciate everybody for your love and your condolences. Today will be my last stream this week. I will be heading and traveling to Kansas City for the services of my aunt. And so I will be traveling on tomorrow. I'll be in funeral services on Friday. I will be back on regular stream time come Tuesday. There'll be no Institute for Higher Consciousness on Saturday for students. And with that being said, let me just stop for station identification. Thank you for the prayer, Shelly. I appreciate that. I really, really do. Listen, and then I had another, some of you saw my post, I had another death of a dear, dear family friend on yesterday who once more and again just did not wake up. So, you know, we are dealing, and we're rolling with the because listen, God's in control. We're rolling with the punches, and we're just taking it as it goes. We'll be on next Saturday in her memorial services in Kansas City as well. So listen, and I'm gonna say this, I began to realize, I was like, man, it's just like back to back to back to back. I began to realize that all of these different individuals have played such critical roles in my life, but at the end of the day, what I also realized, I have some beautiful relationships. I have some beautiful long life, entire life relationships. And as I thought about that this morning, I had to really stop and count my blessings and just name them one by one. And I realized, you all, I literally, not figuratively, I literally know and have relationship with thousands of people. I just really had not given it any real thought, you know what I'm saying? But I literally know thousands of people with whom I'm in relationship at various levels. And when I stepped back and I looked at that, I'll be 60 in 2 weeks. Listen, get Baba D, GT Baba D, good to have you in here. Good morning to you. Tall Pumps is pumping tall. Good morning to you, Tall Pumps. Good morning to you. And you know how I do it, just for you, only for you, for nobody but you. Come on, I'm gonna give you some on this Thursday, this thankful Thursday. I'm thankful that you showed up, and it's a poll call. Hey, get it? Yes. Tall Pumps is in the room, Saints. She's in the room. Nothing but mad love to you, Tall Pumps. Come on, it's a poll call, CJ, man, and I see you. You better do that thing. Listen, Tall Pumps, look back at it. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. You better do your thing, sis. Nothing but mad love to you. Come through, and that poll call is just for you. Good morning to you. Listen, Tall Pumps is my gorgeous sister from Chi-Town. It's good to see you this morning. Now, back to what I was saying. And good morning, GT Baba D. It's good to have you as well. If you're a streamer, please let me know. So glad to have you in it. Mad love to you, sis. Mad love to you. Now, as I was saying, I literally know thousands of people, and I guess I really had not given it as much consideration as it probably warrants. But at the end of the day, there are those lifelong quality relationships that God has blessed me with. I mean, good quality people that make you happy to know them and happy to be alive. And I just began to realize, you know, I was like, oh my goodness, my mother used to babysit these babies, this sister, and just a phenom, just a phenomenal musician. The talent that this whole entire family has is just crazy. It'll make your head spin. And you're like, oh my God, who does that? I have truly, you have an amazing rest of your day and weekend on purpose too, because you sure will. Come on, Shelly. Enjoy yourself, sis. You deserve it. You deserve a break today. So get up and get away to wherever you're going and enjoy it. So, Flirt, come on in here. Nothing but mad love to you, sis. You better do that thing. Mad love, come on in. So, I really had to stop. Cassandra Woke 2022, come on in here. That's our poet laureate. And yes, she's my Oklahoma, where the wind comes streaming down the main, sister, right there. Nothing but mad love to you. Welcome. Now, as I said, I'm just kind of chit-chatting this morning before we get it started, because I'm making announcements. This is my last stream of the week, because starting tomorrow, I will be in the throes of celebrating my auntie's life and traveling. So this will be my last stream of this week, period. And we'll be back on next Tuesday. Now, that being said, once more and again, I begin to realize how blessed I am. I really am, because when I tell you that I had to step back and say, oh my God, I have these many quality relationships in my life. I mean, quality. A, triple A, quadruple A, first class relationships in my life and in my world. And we have been and shared love and relationship with one another. It's just amazing. And I really begin to stop and realize everybody doesn't have that. And with that, I stepped back and I just began to thank God for my blessings. BTD Mom, thank you for that. And safe travels to you as well. I really had to just step back and thank God for that. It's like, okay, the shock, the stunning news, and it seemed like everybody was just so caught off guard. Her daughter's birthday was just the day before, her sister's birthday 2 days before that. We were just shocked. But then at the same time, I really have to stop and pause for the cause and say, God, and that includes, let me say that, this experience in online situations also yields the same thing. When I look at my moderators, I look at Shelly Thunder, I look at Michelle Brownell, I look at the Rebel Inc. And I said, these are like, this is family. These are like family members to me. We've grown and we've developed and developed a rapport together where it's like family to me. Then when I look out and I read each of your names every morning that I come in, and I enjoy reading your names. I enjoy saying good morning to you. I enjoy taking my time just to say something to you because you were kind enough to come and spend some time with me here in the Lions Den. And I look at these relationships that I have. Who can tell a truck driver, that's my Mufasa, tell 2 palms down and 10 toes up? When, tall, but I can, one by one, name by name, for real. Thank you for that, Flirt. I appreciate you. And we gonna celebrate her and send her home too. Please believe it. She is worthy of that. We gonna send my auntie home. We called her Queen E. That's my queen. We gonna send her home this weekend. But when you start thinking about quality relationships, you all, I hope that you all are blessed with a plentiful amount of quality relationships in your life. There are those, and I think about the line from The Color Purple. Everything just wants to be loved. You know what I'm saying? Everything and everybody just wants to be loved. And there are so many out there at the point of suicide and desperation and devastation because they don't feel like anybody loves them. And I come into this space every morning. Stacy 546, there's my love right there. There's my sister, my friend. Good morning to you and mad love. Welcome to the Lions Den. I come in here every morning, and I'm enveloped with love from all of you guys. And I hope you feel the love coming back to you. And I have to just stop and say, I am one blessed lady. I am really blessed. And even though the surprise of having to send some of our loved ones home, and we know where they are, so that's not a trauma drama. They've earned this rest. They've earned this peace called heaven. And at the end of the day, last I heard, heaven wasn't too bad. You know what I'm saying? The last I heard, heaven wasn't too bad. So at the end of the day, yet and still, I stop and I think and I reflect on how blessed I am to have each of you in my life, along with all of these other beautiful people that are in my life. And I'm just one blessed woman. That's all I can say. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. And I want to thank you for your love. And I want to thank you for being a part of my journey and a part of my world. And it means the world to me. Now, that being said, as we're on this journey, I want you all to learn something about life. And that thing is, as one thing dies, something else is birthed. And I hope you hear me when I say this. And this is, I know a lot of time grief can be a really, really difficult space and place to be in. But I'm learning this more and more. There's a scripture that says we should really mourn and cry when babies come into this world, and we should really rejoice when people leave this world, not in a fatalistic, negative kind of attitude, but knowing that that person has contributed and left their mark, left their fingerprint. We all come with a unique fingerprint. And I think about my auntie, oh my God, the fingerprint that she has left. I think about my friend Nola Fuqua who I think about the impact that she has had. As a matter of fact, I was talking to someone on yesterday as we were planning the arrangements, and I was called upon to help put the choir together and the musical piece that goes to it, because she's just such a phenomenal person in the gospel music industry. And I'm honored that, when I got the phone call from her sister and was like, listen, we need you to do this. I absolutely can. I'm glad to be of service to you. I thought about the mark that she has left. And somebody said, man, in Kansas City and the regional area, who has she not touched? Whose musical life has she not impacted? It's just like that. So when you start talking about somebody leaving their mark, and this is what I want each of you to do as Lions. I want you to understand that unique fingerprint that God gave you, he intended for you to leave your mark on this world. And I hope that you all are conscientious and committed to doing that. Leave your mark on this world, and let the people rejoice at your homegoing of all the things that you've contributed. So again, with every, and I don't say this as some kind of sad scenario. I can honestly say, as I'm coming out of the shock of the news on yesterday, I have to say my heart is getting increasingly happy in knowing and recognizing and acknowledging what these individuals have left in their mark on this earth. And I'm happy about it. Now, with every death, I also want you to always look for a birth. With every death, look for something to be birthed. And one of my friends, as we were talking, she said to me, she's like, as you're having these transitions of death, there are all these good things that are on the horizon that are birthing forth at the same time. And I said, it absolutely is the truth. So as all this is going on, I also want to appreciate that here in the Texas area, if you're in the Dallas, Texas area, especially in the Frisco, I'm definitely looking forward to something phenomenal in the north end of Dallas. There's so much going on in South Dallas, but this is in the north end of Dallas. We will be launching a soft launch of it's what we call the experience. I'm not even calling it a church. I'm not calling it a service. We're calling it the experience. Even though, listen, y'all better believe we're gonna do some shouting and bucking and dancing and all of that in there, but it's not going to be church as people call it. So we called it the experience, and every time we gather, it's going to be an experience. So we're moving and birthing that while all of this other is going on. This exciting side is launching at the same time. I share with you, you can have virtual memberships. Dr. Dady, she reached out. I saw a virtual membership. I said, that's me. And others. I just want you to know that, listen, it will be streamed. It will be out there and open and available to you. I'm excited about it. There's so much good things that are just jumping off right now. We've been telling you we're under an open heaven. I tell you, if you could get in my body, if I could tell you how excited I am about how these young people are excited, it's exciting to me to see the young people excited and ready to go. There's so many things right now we've been saying and decreeing and declaring in this stream. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. Well, it's actually happening. And you're getting ready to see something like we've never seen before. It's no more the usual same old, but there's something new that we are birthing into this earth realm. So as some are passing the baton and moving off the scene, there's a birthing that's happening at the same time. So the joy that we have, the excitement that we have in birthing what God has given us to do, I'm excited about that. And believe you me, it's going to impact the world. I just spoke with my sister on yesterday. Death and life, it's always a balance. It's always a balance, Cassandra Woke. It's always a balance. And I think sometimes, even as we're dealing in one area, we've got to also remember the other side of that scale and keep ourselves balanced with that balance. So I'm excited. I'm thrilled because much of the work that you hear us talking about doing here, that's what we're getting ready to do in the experience. We're getting ready to get out here, love each other, make a solid, happy family. And I think that's one thing that is missing for so many. It's like we're gathering together, but there's still a disconnect. We're specifically anchoring ourselves so that we can begin to bring family of the world together, bring family family back in the midst of people's lives. So nobody out there has to feel disconnected. And if that's you and you're out there and you feel disconnected, I want you to hook up with Accepted. And our theme is I'm X. Whatever your X and however your X is, you are accepted. And so at the end of the day, we're building something. And when I say that, we really, really are. We plan to get out into the community. I just spoke with my sister on yesterday that does the homeless piece here in Dallas. 300 to 400 plus people that she reaches weekly. Crazy Berrytown. Good morning to you, sis. Nothing but mad love. And listen, Crazy Berrytown is a streamer. She will Zumba you design. She will give you chit chat and a sip. And she is our fearless leader of good grief. And if you're not following Crazy Berrytown, quit your ways. Just quit them. Because I promise you, she's going to bless your whole life. Good morning to you, my beautiful sister. I love me some you. Quit them. Just quit them. I love it. Listen, that whole scenario came about from Crazy Berrytown. And I love me some her. Now, that being said, I wanted to get these announcements in. So one reason why I wanted to go there as far as Accepted, I'm going to be adjusting my schedule. I'll still be here Tuesday through Friday, the same way that I am right now. But I will say Institute for Higher Consciousness, the classes will be adjusted, and I'll give you more information on that schedule. I'll also be adjusting our solutions stream that will be adjusted, and I will also be adding a stream for those that are looking for your spiritual journey and you want to be more proficient in, I'm going to say, words of books and words of wisdom and knowledge. I'll be teaching some classes. Relative to some of the things you hear us talk about on the spiritual journey, bringing clarification to books of wisdom and understanding them and just exactly how they all fit into the grand scheme of things in this hour in 2023. So we want to be, we definitely want to be aware and knowledgeable when we move and how we move. I don't want you to move out there in ignorance. So we'll be covering all of that. You can come with your questions. I am not the sage on stage. As I said to Dr. Dady when we were talking on the other day, I embrace that space now of the guide on the side. I want you to live and walk your journey, but I want you to have all the tools that you need to be able to make good decisions about your journey as you journey on. All right. So with that being said, all of the schedules, with the exception of my Tuesday to Friday, will be adjusted because I'm adding. And then, of course, on Sunday, we will be having Accepted sessions that will be streamed. So there's going to be some adjustment to scheduling. I want to say this before I go on, and I'm going to get ready to roll on out. And I didn't, this was my plan. I did plan to come on and share all of this to just kind of give you an update. Again, this is going to be my last session this week because I will be in funeral services the rest of the time. So this is a good time, I thought, to roll all of this out. As we're taking on so many different elements and doing so many different things that will give really more opportunities for some of you to be able to participate in other areas of what we do other than just Yes You Oh Cute. I definitely want to put this out here so that you can know the flow and how we're getting ready to go in these days coming up. Chef Nobi! Good morning to you. Chef Nobi is a streamer, you all. If you're not following Chef Nobi, quit your ways. Just quit them, because I promise you, Chef Nobi's going to bless your whole entire life. And you give her just a minute, she's going to give us a menu for this blessed morning. Now, so all those things being said, adjustments are coming. It's all good stuff. And we'll look forward to having you as a part of that for everybody that wants to be a part of that and just reach out. Oh, that's the last thing I was going to say. Now, for those that want to be a part of the experience, that Sunday session, if you want to be a part of the experience in its totality, because, I have copyright restrictions that are out there in certain areas and with certain things. Now, I don't have those copyright restrictions in Discord. I do have some of those copyright restrictions in YouTube and Facebook. So this is where I want to encourage everybody that can. Please go out there. If you want to be a part of what we do on Sunday mornings in totality, you will get bits and pieces of it in YouTube, but the things that are copywritten will be muted out. So you won't be able to be a part of that. But definitely for those that want to be a part of what we're doing in Accepted in its entirety on Sundays, you definitely want to go over to my Discord channel. So go ahead. If you're not a member in my Discord, please do that as soon as you can. And then secondly, I'm also growing the YouTube platform for other purposes. So if you're not a part of my YouTube, I encourage you to do that as well. Please, 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 if you would, go out there and join my YouTube channel. It's going to be youtube.com/The Spiritual Thought Leader, and you can get to me that way. Okay. Now, I don't normally do this. You all know I don't, but I wanted to stop and take the time today to kind of cover some of this and encourage you so that you can have opportunity to flow with us in these different areas and times. Kobe 2016. Good morning to you and blessings to you as well. Now, let's get this party started and crack-a-lacking. You know, we used to say announcements, a terrible death to die. I hope y'all didn't die in the midst of all of those announcements, but I did want to get that out there and get that going. All right, let's get going, because you know what? At the end of the day, it was reported to me as we slumbered, slept, and slobbered. Get your coffee cup. Get your coffee cup. Listen, it was reported to me, children, while we slumbered, slept, and slobbered, there were a few things that happened out here that I want to talk about this morning. And so here we go. I got some news from viewers this morning. I got some news. I see your coffee cup, MCPA12. I see your coffee cup, Cassandra Woke. Come on in here. We gonna flow with this fresh brew on this morning. I'm gonna start with, I see some things that are put in. Truck driver was out here looking for some stuff and brought it on into the Lion's Den. And listen, truck driver, I appreciate you. I really, really do. I appreciate you. You are always such a blessing. And thank you for all that you do here in the Lion's Den. Now, I want to start with, this is where he brought us, children. This is where he brought us. Listen, D Nice Toe, come on in here. Nothing but mad love. I see your coffee cup, tall pumps. D Nice Toe is in the room, and D Nice Toe is a streamer. If you're not following D Nice Toe, quit chewing your ways. Just quit them. There's a blessing in the pressing. Get on over there and get your blessing. Good morning to you. Now, this is what Truck Driver has brought to us. This 13-year-old speaks 8 languages and can play 8 instruments. Stacy 546, I see your coffee cup. Now listen, Truck. I want to say thank you. Excuse me, y'all. I want to say thank you for bringing us all of this powerful talent coming from these babies. Listen, we are creatives. We are powerful. Stacy 546, BTD Mom. I see your coffee cups. Listen, I think this is absolutely phenomenal that at 8 years of age, 8 languages under her belt. And I hope that we will continue to push our young people as never before. Listen, they breaking out all kinds of ways. They breaking all kind of boundaries. We find them. Yesterday, we talked about the young man that by, 14, had already made himself a millionaire. These babies are doing the thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'm going to keep pushing the concept of that video that I showed the other day of the young child being taught by her mother. I'm not a follower. I am a leader. And I hope that we will continue to push that agenda with our young folks, because they are absolutely phenomenal. Take the harness off of them. Take the boundaries off of them. And let's push them to their place of greatness. Chef Nobi, you better come on with that breakfast. You about to make me hungry. We speak about 9 languages in your... Girl, listen. I want to go here for that right there. 9 languages. Woo! Listen, and at one point earlier in life, I thought I wanted to be a linguist, and I am still amazed by people that have the ability to grasp and pick up, because there's something about communication, and when you can communicate, this is a point. And this is a point that some foreigners have against Americans, because almost anywhere you go, English as we speak it has to be learned. But when in other countries, I'm saying, but here in the United States of America, we don't necessarily push language as much as far as learning other languages, because we have that arrogance that more than likely they're going to learn our language. We don't have to learn theirs. I think there must be something wrong with me. I can only speak one, and I messed that one up. Stacy, I'm telling you, I get it. But it's only because we have not opened our minds up. And as I was saying, most other countries and their citizenry actually speaks other languages. And as I said, more times than not, because English is such a dominant, because of our power in the world system, many people are forced to learn English. And this is what I feel like at the end of the day. I wish that we would be more conscientious. And this is just me. I wish that we would be more conscientious in learning other people's languages, because it says that you care. When you refuse, and hear me from this point, and I know, at the end of the day, we can walk hand in hand without seeing eye to eye. And I'm speaking even to myself, because there have been numerous times that I've started the journey of teaching myself other languages, and then somewhere along the way, I just fall off. But at the end of the day, your mom is teaching me I learned sign language as well, Chef Nobi. It's been so many years since I've utilized it. I don't know how much of it I actually remember, but I took sign language as well after I graduated from high school, and just on my own, and went to classes to learn. But I can't tell you how much I actually remember. I can probably do my name is, and I know the alphabet. I always knew the alphabet. But I feel like there's so much that we could glean if we were able to communicate with people outside of ourselves in their language, not them having to speak our language, but to show. And to me, I'm gonna keep using that word, care enough to really say, do you want to speak my language? I think if I could equate that to what Black people are saying to much of the white culture, and especially to racist white America, can you speak our language? When we say the different traumas that we have to think about on a daily, we don't just sometimes think about what can happen to our Black and brown young men when we send them out. We don't sometimes think about our Black and brown young ladies as we send them out. We think about it every day. And it's a language that we speak, a language that we live, a language that we walk, talk, and breathe every single day. And we want other people to understand our language, if you can see the analogy in that. When God wanted changes, his answer showed up as a baby. Children are blessings straight from our Creator. Manifest children. Come on, Cassandra. So manifest. You're jealous of people that can speak multiple languages. Me too, Stacy. Me too. Because at the end of the day, once you start, it's easy to pick back up. Thank you with that, Chef Nobi. And I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that, because I'm really serious about that. I've always, at different points and times in my life, said, I want to be a linguist. And so at the end of the day, KK Michelle, I'm telling you, Barbara Hardy, my Visa Day friend. Good morning to you, sis. Good morning. Nothing but mad love to you. Come on in here. I love you. Kids in Europe have to take at very least 2 different language classes. And as I said, the United States is probably the only country that's so arrogant. And I'm going to call it arrogance, because, at the end of the day, you better speak in my language, or what are you doing? And I'll say, even for the immigrants that have come to this country, repeatedly, what has almost been demanded of them is you drop your language and speak mine. And I hope that even in what I'm saying here, this will help us to sometimes expand our mind and expand our energy, that I wish to God I could still speak whatever African language my forefathers spoke when they came here. I wish to God, even when we talk about Gullah Geechee and the language that's preserved in that culture, and many from that background. We talk about Clarence Thomas was actually Gullah, and it seems like almost has a hatred for Gullah. But at the end of the day, I'm looking and I'm saying, I wish to God that my native tongue was still spoken by my family, and that I had known it from whence I came. I think it's a loss, and this is my personal opinion. I think it's a loss when people come from different cultures and background and they lose that side of their culture. I think that's a loss. I think that's a loss, in my opinion. You're so glad that your parents made me learn Spanish and French because it really helped me in culinary and hospitality. Sign language was an elective in high school. Come through with that. I love that. I love that. I love that. I actually had to go to a church where they were offering Mish 8. Come on in here, sis. Mish 8 is a streamer, you all. She's another fine cook in here. If you're not following Mish 8, quit your ways, because she's going to bless your whole life. I promise you she will. Mish, it's good to have you. The gift, Nathan Lamont. All I need from you is one good squall. That's all I need, and I love you. We first have to stop speaking in text. Pronounced words in the worst this day. People don't take the time to try, and this is why they have a hard time comprehending. Come on with that, Chef Nobi. And I'm so glad, listen, to have someone that speaks 9 different languages in the room. I absolutely love it, admire it, and am inspired to do better. I really, really am. You're inspiring me, Chef Nobi. You are inspiring me. K2 Hoop, that's my beautiful sister right there. Good morning to you, and come on in the room. Nothing but mad love to you. Come through, come through. So, truck driver, thank you for sharing that, and I appreciate the fact that this child is fluent. Not just that she speaks it, but she's fluent in those languages. I absolutely love it. I really, really do. So now, this is, and I'm picking up all of the different things that Truck has put in. For whatever reason, that video is not producing the sound. So I won't be able to show that one, Truck. The one on, but you can go in my Discord and find it. But for whatever reason, it's not putting the audio up for me here. Now, here we got, come on, a history lesson on the Gap Band. Now listen, there are some sounds that are undeniable, and Truck, thank you for this, because listen, I'm a lover of music, and anytime you bring music to my table, honey, it's music to my ears. Here we go.
Sound that helped to define the golden era of funk music in the 1970s and 80s. It's a sound that's often been imitated. So much so that one of the biggest hits of the modern era wouldn't exist without it. The group that created that sound hails from my hometown of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and what many people may not know is that there's a hidden nod to the city's racial history right in their name.
I'm Doris Star Tucker, and this is The Breakdown.
By now, most of us have probably heard of Black Wall Street. It was a district on Tulsa's north side that rose up out of the ashes of one of the most violent race massacres the country has ever known. A white mob, with the backing of the police and the KKK, killed hundreds of the city's black citizens and burned down businesses, residences, and even churches after a young black man was accused of assaulting a white woman in an elevator. Now, there was always a bustling black financial district in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but it didn't earn the name Black Wall Street until black citizens rebuilt it in the wake of the race massacre that happened there in 1921. Well, 3 streets that were at the heart of that district would have been very familiar to the 3 brothers who founded a fledgling funk band that was just getting its start in 1967. Robert, Ronnie, and Charlie Wilson. North Tulsa is still home to most of the city's black residents, and that's where the Wilson brothers grew up. So when they were looking for a name for their new funk band, one of the band members jokingly suggested that they should name themselves after Tulsa's black financial district. The main artery of Black Wall Street was an avenue called Greenwood. It contained a multitude of black businesses like banks, grocery stores, and even movie theaters. Then they thought of a street called Archer, where you could find churches, nightclubs, and hotels. And they remembered a street called Pine that contained newspapers, real estate agents, and doctors' offices. It started out as a bit of an inside joke, but the more they used it, the more it started to stick. Before they knew it, the Greenwood, Archer, and Pine band was born. Little did they know that the Gap Band would go on to become one of the most important funk bands to emerge from the 1970s, and their decision to embed their city's history into their very name means that the important legacy of Black Wall Street in Tulsa will forever be tied to a group that exemplified the ability of Tulsa's black residents to turn tragedy into triumph. There's an undeniable sound
And so there you have it. Thank you for that, truck. Thank you for that. Listen, yes, Cassandra Okies, the Gap Band out of Tulsa, Cassandra. Go ahead. Outstanding. I hear you. Come on. I asked you to name your favorite Gap Band song. You dropped a bomb on me, baby. You dropped a go Gap. That's what I'm saying. Listen, at the end of the day, we have such tremendous history. We have so much tremendous, when you go back and look at from whence we've come and even the history there, truck driver. Thank you for sharing that with us. You love Outstanding too, Tall Pumps. Come on early in the morning. Y'all come through. Truck, I appreciate you for that. And I thank you for sharing that bit of knowledge with us. Now, we had a band, and I'm not going to talk about myself all morning, but we had a band that, listen, we were the you might as well say the gospel Gap Band, because, baby, we wore it out. And we had a ball, and we had all the horn sections. We had the percussion section. We laid it down. And honey, that's near and dear to my heart, because that was some good music back there in the 70s and the 80s. You better talk to me. Now, this is another one that Truck has brought to us, and here we go.
For example, God, this is going to happen here, I think, too. Although maybe people will fight. If a traffic camera catches you jaywalking in China, digital ID system has you. It has your blood now. It has your genetic code. It has your photograph. It can identify how you walk. So even if you can't see a face, you can be picked up by gait. It will convict you of jaywalking and take money out of your bank account with no intermediating judiciary at all, and show a picture of you to the people in the neighborhood so they know that you have jaywalked, and reduce your social credit score. And if your social credit score falls below a certain level, then you can't buy drinks from a vending machine, you can't play video games, you can't go on a train, you can't get out of your 15-minute city. All that's already in place in China. So in China, for example, God, this is going to happen here, I think, too.
Thank you. I'm just talking. I forgot to turn my volume back up. Thank you all. Unmute. I appreciate you. Dr. Dady Priest is the high priestess of Engagement Matters. If you're not following Dr. Dady Priest, quit your ways. Just quit them. I tell you what, I love you, Dr. Dady. I appreciate you for coming in here. Now, listen, taking the money out of your bank account. No. That's a bit much. That is a bit much. And what they're doing with cameras, what they're doing with ID, what they're doing with, all of this technology, it always has the potential of being used and manipulated in wrongful ways. All day long, I'm going to say once more and again to that. No, ma'am, no, sir. We not buying what you selling. So those are the areas. Thank you for that, truck driver. Excuse me, I'm trying to see if I missed anything that you put in. We got one more. Let me see. Oh, that's the one I couldn't play. Okay. So listen, if they think they're going to, safe travels, Michelle, if they think they just gonna roll up in my bank account and start taking my money out, listen, you talk about world war coming on in these here countries. It's not just gonna be a matter of race, but honey, folk, when you start messing with folks' coins, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? When you start playing with folks' coins, yes, it's China. Tall Pumps. When you start messing with folks' coins, you have just stepped in. Listen, two things that I don't mess with people about. LaWanda Baskerville, come on in here. It's all right. LaWanda Baskerville. Baskerville is a moderator extraordinaire of Twitch. If you're not following LaWanda Baskerville, quit chewing your ways. It's a raid, children. Now take it on back. Big Moochie, baby. Welcome, Raider. Refresh your screen. I've been missing your one-person raids. I really have been missing you. Please refresh your screen, LaWanda. Please, please, please. Listen, this is Miracle Signs and Wonders. So much love to you. I'm telling you what. Oh, y'all got me dying. Upside your head. We still naming songs from the Gap Band. I appreciate you. Don't y'all miss those one-person raids by LaWanda. It's good to have you back, sis. It's good to have you back in here. I love you so much. And jaywalking is hurting who, Tall Pumps? Listen, anything they can do to get your money, anything they can do to get those coins, please believe they're going to do it. So at the end of the day, that's what that is about. I don't care. You know, say what you want to say. At the end of the day, that's exactly what that is about. Now, I want to come back and I want to deal. Let me see what I put in here this morning. I'm going to roll right on through these beautiful bean footages because at the end of the day, I want us to recognize, and I'm going to just play these in order. I'm not even going to try to figure them out and segregate them and whatnot. These little girls right here, they are why all of this effort that they're putting towards trying to keep schools and keep other things so that the children don't know. Good morning, KB Browns. There's my brother from another mother. It's good to see you. This right here is showing that their efforts and their attempts to try to keep the children ignorant and unaware. Listen to these little sisters talk and check this out. And I believe that any child that's halfway got a brain is going to have this same concept. Here we go. Uh-oh, hold on a second. Let me get this. There we go. Let me get the sound going. My apologies. Okay, here we go, children. Here we go.
Yes. They've pulled like all the like award-winning books.
Yeah.
And you can look at a shelf and they've left us with Junie B. Jones, which personally is a second grade level book for me.
I don't know if we have any LGBTQ books in our thing, but if we did, they would be taking them away.
We really can't find one that we like because either we've read it a million times or it's just too easy for us.
They're having the family volunteers come and like take out so that they can review the books.
I had to help take away a lot of the book. Why take away all these excellent books? It's like you're trying to slow down children's reading. Why do that?
I noticed that a lot of the Black History books are being pulled.
Yes. They've pulled like all the like award-winning books.
Yeah.
And you can look at a shelf and they've left us with Junie B. Jones, which personally is a second grade level book for me.
I don't know if we have any LGBTQ books in our thing, but if we did, they would be taking them away.
We really can't find one that we like because either we've read it a million times or it's just too easy for us.
They're having the family volunteers come and like take out so that they can review the books.
I had to help take away a lot of the book. Why take away all these excellent books? It's like you're trying to slow down children's reading. Why do that?
And so there you have it, children. There you have it. And I'm going to give it up for these enlightened young ladies because at the end of the day, they not buying what the racist white society is trying to sell. Out of the mouth of babes, KB Browns, I thoroughly believe that the racist white community is going to be exacerbated by the fact that kids have brains and they can think for themselves. Junie B. Jones' character is Dr. Dady. These kids are going to think for themselves. And so ultimately, you know, as we listen to these young intellects, that's what they are, these young intellects, as they sit down with their brains and it does not make sense to them, why are you trying to curtail our ability to learn and grow and thrive? God gives the children discernment too, KB Browns. You understand the words coming out of my mouth. God gives the babies discernment too. And they not buying it because they can read. And when sister challenged him on the point, you got us in here reading stuff at second grade level. It's an insult. It's an absolute insult. And they see straight through the facade. So at the end of the day, they understand what you all are doing is taking out Black history books off the shelves. They understand that you're pulling LGBTQ related information off the shelves. They are not stupid. Did you think they were just going to sit there and say nothing and just be blah, 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 blah? This has been all during the annals of racism. The thing has always been, they gotta find folks that are dumb enough. I said what I said. They gotta find folks that are slow enough of mind, slow enough in understanding, those that are easily indoctrinated, those that are easily led astray because they have no critical thinking skills and ability. Those are the folks they gotta appeal to, because it takes a slow, retarded mind to really buy fully into racism. I said what I said. I'll add to it before I take it back. And so there you have it. And at the end of the day, this is Yes You All Cubed, one-on-one, just me and you. Those babies are not buying what they're selling because they can read and they see content on the internet and they have things that are helping them to learn outside of the mamby-pamby stuff that you want to push in school. These children are not ignorant. So at the end of the day, this right here is very hopeful to me. Children are wise and can comprehend the big picture. Absolutely, Dr. Dady. They can comprehend the big picture, especially beautifully said by someone, one of our administrative educators in the system. I love it. Homeschooling is becoming such a better option. I hear you, Chef Nobi, and I'm not mad at that. Not in the least bit. I am not mad at that. Junior B is actually kindergarten, Joanna G. And see, this will show you how much I know. I have no idea what they talking about when they talking about Junior B. That means nothing to me. It means absolutely nothing to me. But the idea that they've left that on the shelves for intellectual growing minds, that's all they're going to get. It's a shameful God. And at the end of the day, please believe these kids will go outside of that system to learn and find what they want to know. And it's going to literally just upset and frustrate the system. You better believe it. He called a little child to him and placed the child among them. And he said, truly, I tell you, unless you change and become as little children, you will never enter into the kingdom of heaven. That's it. That's all. Y'all better talk about it up in here. Now, this next story I brought out, reading is fundamental, and these children are reading books and people. Very well. Very well. They're reading books and people, Cassandra Woke. Very well. A cousin of my grandbaby died over the weekend, and I had to talk to a 4-year-old about death. She's very inquisitive and had a heavy heart. Come on. And that's the thing, Chef Nobi. The children are inquisitive. Inquiring minds want to know. And this has been my sister, SK8843, and my sister, BTD Mom. They've always held this as their directive. If a child is inquisitive enough to ask, they will answer the question. Hey, Leroy, hey, it's bad Leroy Brown, baddest man in the whole dang town. Come on, meaner than the junkyard dog. Anyway, good morning, Leroy Brown. It's good to see you in here this morning. Blessings upon blessings to you. It's good to have you in the midst. Now, at the end of the day, these children, as I said, my sisters were very, very committed. Come on in here, Dimples. It's good to have you. Mad love to you. Come through. Mad love to you as well. Come on in the room. My sisters were of the mindset that at the end of the day, if the child's mind was already at that level where they were asking that question, they would answer the question and answer it truthfully, y'all. You may have to answer it at a level and at an amount that the child can deal with and deal with at that particular age. But y'all don't lie to the babies. Tell them the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. And when I tell you that at the end of the day, nothing but love coming to you, Dimples, nothing but love, you will appreciate those children as they grow up and they begin to excel because you told them the answers to the questions that they had, and they didn't have to go out there on the streets. They didn't have to go out there to their friends. They didn't have to go out here in various sundry places to try to get answers to their questions. They got those answers straight up from both my sisters and myself. We did not play with that thing. If you big enough to ask it, we big enough to tell you. So there you have. Now, this I want to do is there anyone in my stream this morning that's willing to, you don't have to, but you deal with chronic pain. I saw this and this really touched my heart because I have a sister that deals with chronic pain. And I think a lot of times we are oblivious to the journey that people have in the area of chronic. Chef Nobi, you do. Okay. Awesome. I wanted to bring this for the purpose of awareness. Stacy 546. Yes. I want to bring this for a purpose of awareness because so many times there are sufferers of chronic pain that because they still function in life, because they still do what they can, albeit very limited and restricted in some particular instances, they do what they can. We do not often. One reason, thank you for that. Thank you for that. And listen, you are my hero. One reason, you are my hero, and the way that you flow and the way that you go, I just love you, sir. I really do. My niece told me I look like Fat Albert yesterday, Leroy Brown. No, she didn't. Come on now. At the end of the day, I just want us to be aware. I just want us to be in tune. And no, you don't, sir. Nothing but mad love to you. I want us to be aware. My lock journey, the whisperer is in the room. Come through. Chef Nobi, you've been fighting the disability people for 6 years, but you still keep going. Come on with that. Retta Divine, y'all coming in here. Now, my lock journey is the lock whisperer. And at the end of the day, listen, she is a streamer. And if you're not following my lock journey, quit your wicked ways. She's gonna bless you. Come on, Retta Divine. It's Mo Better with Retta is in the room. You spanked her. Listen, I'm telling you, Leroy Brown, these babies. Retta Divine is a streamer, you all. And if you're not following Retta Divine, quit your wicked ways. Just quit them. Because listen, she'll bless your whole life. T. Summers. My goodness, we got the Saints coming in this morning. She's our Boss Energy Christmas Cruise partner in crime. Come on in here. Nothing but mad love to you, and I appreciate seeing you in the room this morning. If you're not following T. Summers, quit your wicked ways. Just quit them. She's going to bless your whole life, as will Retta Divine. I hope I didn't miss anybody coming in the room. I love you all. Just so you know, chronic pain sufferers know cannabis is one of the best natural treatments for pain and better than opiates. Come on, message approved. Come through with that, Tall Pumps. I'm not mad. I am not mad. The 4 and 20 elders are in full effect. The 4 and 20 elders will minister unto you. So at the end, I can't wait for the cruise either. One reason, we're going to have ourselves a ball. Now, I want to play this because so many times this community, this population of our community is really overlooked, and people do not understand the journey of those that deal with chronic pain. I'm going to add this to our viewing this morning because I really wanted to talk about this. Come on in here, Z Lady C. You know I love you. This is my girl right here, always lurking and working, but I appreciate you. I absolutely positively do. Now, and yes, you see T, listen, T is our hookup, and I want you all to please follow her, and she's going to keep us abreast of everything that needs to happen. We are coming to the deadline for those of you that are going for your payments to be turned in. So So please govern yourselves accordingly. If you have not reached out to T for the Boss Energy Christmas Cruise, please make a connection with her ASAP, because definitely we want to make sure that everybody is ready and going and flowing. I'm letting these different, I'm letting the finishing of the shout outs. You see Retta Divine there on the screen right now. I want to make sure that we give everybody their props and their opportunity. Let's stop right now, if we would, before I play this video, to let all of the streamers please put your next stream information in the chat, or when you're streaming in the chat, for all of the viewers that are here, so that we can be sure and follow you. There you got One Reason, the Bishop of Twitch. Listen, I love this man. I absolutely positively do. If you're not following One Reason, quit your wiggle ways. Just quit him, because I promise you, he's going to bless your whole entire life. Love me some him. So look at those times that are coming up. Listen, Retta Divine is going to be on later on tonight, so please go out there and follow her. Now, I'm going to show this video, and I hope that you all can be attentive to what this brother is saying, because he touches on some things as a chronic pain sufferer. Come on, this afternoon at 3 p.m. Come on with it, One Reason. We're going to check in with you on your last train to Friday, I believe it is. So I appreciate you. Let's listen to this brother right here, because he's going to hit on some points that I think sometimes people that do not suffer from chronic pain are oblivious to, and I just want to share this so that we can actually be sensitized. Walking in daily pain. Come on, I hear you, Glenda Groves. Walking in pain daily. Let's pay attention so we can educate and sensitize ourselves to our brothers and sisters that are walking this journey. Here we go.
How can I'm gonna try not to cry on this one. The reason I say that is because people be like, man, this dude cry baby, this and that. I don't care what nobody say. When you have somebody that says that the same thing, like family don't know, family think like, you be lying. Like, bro, this pain, this chronic pain, ain't nothing to play with. I've been looking at the comments, been reading the comments, like seeing what people saying, and all these folks dealing with chronic pain. Arthritis, chronic pain, rheumatoid arthritis, it is no joke. If somebody tells you that they are hurting, listen to me, take that person seriously. There are people taking medications they don't want to take, but they have to take it out of no choice. Then when you like this, it don't make it no better. Then the doctors be like, work out, lose weight, blase. It ain't that easy. It's not that easy. They tell you to walk, do some walking out. How? It be folk that's talking, they never walked them out of your shoes, ain't never been in your shoes, but so quick to tell you what you need to do. So when you hear somebody saying they dealing with chronic pain, pay attention to what they saying. Listen to me, sis, I understand you. I got you. This comment, I understand it. Cause folks used to think that I was playing, that I'm tripping, I'm lying, this is a joke. I wanted attention, I was doing it for clout. What? No. I'm a Christian artist. I'm a minister. Who wants to be up on stage on a walker? The thing with me is I don't make excuses. I make kingdom moves. And I didn't realize how much chronic pain really affected people until I posted one video and everybody started coming out the woodworks. So this lets me know that this is a real issue. Listen to me well. If somebody's telling you they dealing with chronic pain, I can guarantee you one thing, at nighttime, majority of the time, they ain't got no medicine, they are crying at night. Everybody sleep, and they are crying at night. You know how many times I had to be up crying at night because I was hurting so bad? And everybody sleep. Everybody going about their merry way. Life is normal for everybody else. But you sitting with pain, hurting. You can't enjoy life like you want to. chronic pain is real. It's real. That's one reason why I get out here. I try to work it out. Might just be the setup machine, cool, fine, and dandy. The only thing I can put on is my sweatsuit. Come out here and sweat. Get on the setup machine, cool, fine, and dandy. But I'm not making no excuses. I'm trying something. So when you hear somebody saying they're dealing with chronic pain, take that person seriously. It is pure hell. Listen to me. It ain't no joke. It ain't nothing to play with. Take that person seriously. Sis, I understand what you're saying. Yes, I got some sweat right here. I know it because I'm adamant about this. This is serious business and it's hot in this garage. But guess what though? I understand where you coming from, what you're saying. And folk think it's a joke. But you know what ain't gonna be no joke? When God begin to heal you. When you're going through a certain pain like this and you're by yourself, God is just showing you who for you and who not for you. Don't ignore the warning signs. Do not ignore the warning signs. When you're dealing with a pain of this stature, listen to me. Don't ignore the warning signs. God is just showing you something. He's revealing something to you. But you go through that pain and allow God to let you come out more than a conqueror. Pain don't last forever. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. You might not think nobody see you crying, but God see it. He see every tear. I promise you. You can look good while you're going through your pain. You can flex while you're going through your pain. Because it ain't over with. It's just a stepping stone to your purpose. Then let's walk that pain out together. In Jesus' name. Yeah.
I will say, hold on a second.
How can
I? And I saw the comment relative to his weight. And this is what I do want to also acknowledge, you know, and as he said, the doctors are always telling him to get up and exercise and walk and this and that and the other. I think my first exposure to chronic pain was my great uncle. This would be my grandmother's brother, who was a deacon at our church. And my father was actually raised in that household, so that y'all know how we have aunties and uncles that are really cousins and all of that, but they were like brothers and sisters and were raised in the same space, same household. My grandfather also suffered from rheumatoid arthritis, but my great uncle, my grandmother's brother, Uncle Malin, had rheumatoid, crippling and degenerative. I mean, his joints, you could see it, his legs and everything turned different directions from the arthritis. And at the end of the day was on a cane. I'm so sexy. Good morning to you. Come on in here and it's good to see you. Now, and so this was my experience from as early as I can remember. Uncle Malin was on a cane and had crippling arthritis. So Uncle Malin was a big man. He was a big man. But when you start talking about that level of pain, then this is the thing that we have to address. When you ask somebody to get up, and I can remember people trying to encourage him, just walk, just do this, just do that. And honestly, there are a few times that I remember, good morning to you, I'm so sexy. It's good to have you in the chat. One reason you're in pain right now. I hear you, sir. I hear you. And listen, at the end of the day, I wanted to stop by and include this morning because I do feel, and I do, as I said, have a sister that deals with chronic pain. I do feel that many times those of us who are painless and pain-free do not understand the journey of people that have chronic pain. And that pain is consistent, that pain is constant. You know, sometimes, as my sister said, sometimes you can't think because of the constant pain. You understand what I'm saying? When you're in pain all the time, sometimes it's disruptive to your thought processes because at the end of the day, you're trying to keep pushing beyond the pain, but the pain is there. And so I want to have this if I can, moment to help sensitize us if we can. Because when you ask someone to lose weight and you ask someone to get up and walk, and back to my great uncle, my uncle would walk and cry. My uncle would walk and cry. And when I say crocodile tears, my uncle would walk and cry. And he would creep along, and he was creeping along not because of his age. He was creeping along because the pain that he had constantly as he tried to walk would put him in such pain that he cried just trying to walk. So I say that because then when you talk about the weight and the size, well, if you're limited in how much you can have activity in your body and deal with that pain and that level of pain, how, and you know, some of us don't have pain and we won't get up and exercise. I'm just saying. Some of us don't have pain and we won't get up and exercise or find it a challenge to exercise. And this is where I want to really help us to understand some of the dynamics that are involved in chronic pain. It's not always a position of the individual being neglectful. Come on in here, Keith. So much love to you. Come through, come through. It may not be so much of the individual being neglectful in various areas. And we can say, oh, just do this, just do that. I know my father was a stroke patient. He had a stroke on his 50th birthday and passed away at 60. And I remember many times people telling him, oh, just do this, oh, do that. And my dad, in some instances, I think sometimes he was discouraged, he was depressed, and he would kind of shy away from pushing himself. But I do remember times where he pushed himself and the results were not forthcoming, and it was very discouraging, very disheartening, but most and above all, it was very painful. So I think this is where we have to step back and take ourselves out of our own shoes and put ourselves in the position. If I was in the most excruciating pain right now, think about whatever the excruciating pain that you've had in your lifetime, and it never let up. It was constant and consistent. How would that impact your ability to function and thrive and do the things that you do? The gift, Nathan Lamont. Your mother had chronic pain dealing with bone and hip pain. She couldn't get a hip replacement. Seeing what she had to go through hurt all of us. Talking about your siblings and family. May she rest in heaven. We need to have empathy and patience for people that say that they are in pain. Every move she made, she was in pain. And it just breaks my heart when you can hear someone you love in pain like that. Love you forever, mother. And for that, thank you, gift. Thank you, the gift. And I was honored to be a part of that journey. So this is where I wanted to include this, because for the painless, I think we are oblivious to what people go through that are in chronic pain. And I just wanted to bring attention to it. As this brother said, there was a lady that responded, and he had her comment up in the right of or in the screen. It was to my right. It may have been to you all's left. Of a woman that was like, thank you so much for articulating what I could not say and didn't have the words to say, but my family doesn't understand. I think that's very key. The family and the support system. Sometimes we need to back up. And we need to really, really understand the pain that individuals are going through and put yourself, Keith said, I'm prancing around the lion's den wearing a raw pork chop necklace. You are so funny. Sounds like your brother-in-law. He was just diagnosed with MS. Listen, there are so many different physical challenging conditions that our loved ones deal with. And again, this was for awareness. You know, I talk about some of everything. You stay in pain, Flirt said. Reason why I don't sleep, I just adjust to it because it will hurt regardless until I have 3 more surgeries and redo the 2 that they didn't correctly do. You'll stay in pain. So you suffer from lower back pain and knee pain from a head-on collision. I got you. I hear you all talking to me out here, and I appreciate you for that. Even in pain, Uncle Malin would stand to conduct a prayer line because that's what God called him to do. Absolutely, BTD Mom, every Sunday. And he was faithful to that every Sunday. In pain, he would stand there and cry, but he would pray for every person in that church in a prayer line. He would pray because he felt like and believed, and I believe that's what God told him to do. And in that pain, he pressed through. When the pain you have can't be seen because it can't be put in a cast or a sling, it makes it very hard for people to understand what you're going through. And thank you for that, Stacy. I'll say this, even for Stacy 546. This is my sister right here, and I appreciate her because she would come to the services that I was holding, and she would drive all the way from Bonner Springs to Kansas City, Missouri, which was a little bit of a drive. It wasn't a hop, skip, and a jump. So at the end of the day, Dimples, thank you for that. At the end of the day, she wanted to be there so badly that when she would come, and I love her for breaking the racial barrier. I thank her for breaking the church and religious faith tradition barrier. She broke all the barriers. Stacy 546, let me give it up for you right now. I appreciate you. And she would come to our services and make that drive all the way there, taking back roads so that she could get there. In excruciating pain. And then when she got there, we would prop the pillows around in the chairs and try to make it. And that's something even in our congregations, many times we don't think about the reality that people that are there may be in excruciating pain. So we did everything that we could to accommodate her, her ability to try to sit and position her, give her the necessary props, pillows, and anything else that she needed. But there was something about her determination that even though she was in that level of excruciating pain, and always is, she would make her way to gather with us. And Stacy 546, she never complained about the pain. It was always her showing up. And I just got to say, it's tremendous. And we got to know that there are people out here suffering in pain like that. And we as painless individuals, we need to pay attention. KB Brown said, we have to be empathetic towards people and pray that they will also be willing to do what they can as well. Absolutely. There's two sides to that. We must remember that helping people comes in a variety of forms. Absolutely. And support definitely is one of those. And even and I'm not, I'm not Tall Pumps. No, she's my girl. I'm not taking a dig at her. I don't even really have to say that. But for anybody else that thinks that might be where my energy's coming from, she knows I don't flow like that. I don't go like that. But I do understand that sometimes, even with people doing all that they can may, in our eyes, be very little, and it may not be enough to counteract whatever it is that they're trying to address. And a lot of that comes from support. A lot of that comes from the person's own mental energy, emotional energy. But even with that, I'm going to say support because there is a need for those in the environment to be as understanding and as supportive as possible. Yes, we want to push. Yes, we want to encourage. But at the same time, we don't want to deflate by trying to make someone push farther than what they can actually push. We want to encourage. We want to uplift. We want to motivate. Sometimes it's about motivation. There were days when I saw my father, after having been a very, very vital, active man, being reduced to the wheelchair. For 10 years, he was in that wheelchair. And I saw days where I could look at his face and tell the motivation was not there. And so myself, and that's one thing I have to say about Simply Amazing, who passed away earlier this year, my sister, my friend, Simply Amazing, who used to come in. One thing about her, she could always seem to tell and sense when my dad had low motivation and low energy. And one of the things she would do was immediately go in and make him laugh and begin to talk to him, begin to play with him. and get him into a state of mind that made him want to do something. And then we dealt with the situation from there. But the first thing we had to deal with, you could look at him and tell he was discouraged and unmotivated, not motivated at that particular point in time. And who knows, and again, because his speech was impacted, he could not speak. He could not talk. Who knows what he was thinking? And then there were many times you saw the frustration of him trying to communicate with us and our inability to understand what he was trying so hard to say, but could not articulate because his brain would not let him do that. And so at the end of the day, we've got to take all of those different things into consideration and have a sense of care that needs to really embrace the pain that our brothers and sisters that are in chronic pain. We need to really, really embrace the reality of that journey. And I'm not saying that to, let's go and be sad sacks. And no, as a matter of fact, I'd say that's one of the least things needed is for you to get in the space and then start acting like you tore up from the floor up and sad sack and down in the long in the tooth and down in the mouth. No, they don't need that. They don't need your pity. They don't need any of that. People that are going to really support, love, and encourage, that's what's needed. Somebody said the opioid crisis has hurt those that depended on these medications to help them get through their day, come through. And that is very true, unfortunately. Stop. I came because I love you. Come on. Listen, I know, Stacy, I know you weren't coming for anything other than to participate, but I'm just addressing the reality that chronic pain is there. And I'm telling what God loves, and that's the truth. I know that you're bashful and you didn't do it for that, but I'm talking real talk in here. So that's the way we do it. So I just wanted, again, the awareness. I need us for the painless and the pain-free. I need us to be aware of our sisters and our brothers who are in constant and chronic pain. And I need us to minister to that segment and population in love, in understanding, compassion, and support as well, because many, many times they are our invisible brothers and sisters. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I love y'all. Oh, you are most welcome, Chef Nobi. You are most welcome, because I feel like this is a topic that needs to be addressed. It absolutely, positively needs to be addressed. I'm going through and I'm reading yes, I watched the series called Painkiller on Netflix. So sad, but it was informative information. I watched that as well. I must watch that. It's possible that it's now a crisis because those that are not brown are dying from it. Come on. Coming through, it's gotten so bad for the people that go to pain management. Doctors there have been, some of their patients have been taking their own life because they could no longer take the pain after having their meds cut in half. Come on, Stacy, y'all, come on with the knowledge. Come on with the knowledge. The only support I have is myself. I work out 5 days a week, and I have lost some weight, and the pain still does not go away. Thank you for that, Glenda M. Groves. Listen, I'm telling you, and that's what I'm saying. So many times, and I did not know, sis, in the time that we've re-engaged, I had no clue. And thank you for sharing that. And for all of you, my brothers and sisters that are chronic pain sufferers, thank you for sharing just tidbits of your journey. And again, I had no idea, Glenda, because you're always that upbeat, moving around, At the end of the day, I want to support you on your journey. And I'm saying once more and again, even as we see Michelle Brownell, chronic pain is no joke. And I just want to really, really impress on us. Just be there with them in the moment, not requiring them anything of them. Come on with that, the gift, Nathan Lamont. And your mother, who was just such a vibrant energy, just a ball of energy. I saw how chronic pain completely changed her abilities, but it didn't change her spirit. And I love that about her to the very end. So listen, we've got to have Melvin Brown, downtown Melvin Brown. There's my shouting partner. Good morning to you and mad love. And I think I saw Disco Darren. Come on. I saw Disco Darren come in, and Disco Darren is a streamer, y'all. If you're not following Disco Darren, quick, your wicked ways. He's going to bless your whole life. And I will be with him in October for taking over the barbershop with the group of ladies. We will be there in conversation in October. So look for us there. But Disco Darren, I appreciate you. The amount of pain meds and drugs they wanted me on, I couldn't function, straight doped up and slumped over sleep. I got you. And I appreciate you for being that person. It's like, hey, I'm going to take this into my own hands, and I'm going to have some energy. I'm going to have some input here. And what you're not going to do is just dope me up and drug me up to the point that I can do nothing. It really irritates me that when we have been governed by the DEA to decrease opioid prescribing, come on here, visuals are deceptive. We must take care to think fast and talk slow. Pain is no respecter of persons. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. And so here we go. I just love it. I love it. Thank you all for allowing me to stop and highlight chronic pain, because there many be that are in chronic pain that we don't even know are brothers and sisters that are among us. But I do feel like by all means, we definitely need to stop and pay attention. Stop and pay attention. Now, at the end of the day, thank you to all of you that shared. And listen, I want to take time out because it's important. It is really important. I want to go ahead and wrap up. We're here for those that just came. This is going to be my last day streaming this week because I will be in the throes of my aunt's final services on this weekend. So I won't be here again until Tuesday. So I'm just taking my time and I'm just really going through and sharing some things. I've shown this before, but because of where I'm getting ready to end, I want to run this one more time. I feel like this is a good piece of information, even as we talked about how we try to thank you so much, My Life Journey. I appreciate all of you all's prayers and love during this time. It is greatly appreciated. I want to run this once more and again, and I'm going to just run through these last videos, and we're going to get up out of here because we're headed to Rebels at 9 o'clock. But here we go. This has been shown before in this channel, but I want to show it again as we get ready to show the rest of the videos. Let's go.
On this, local news overrepresents black folks as perpetrators, overrepresents white folks as victims. So the message that gets sent is they're dangerous, and specifically to you. They are not only bad people, they're going to hurt you. So therefore, we want to keep them on that side of town. We want to keep their children in those schools over there. We don't want to work around them. We don't want to live around them, et cetera, et cetera. So I think that message comes through loud and clear in the way that media represents people of color. You know, whenever we, thinking about Tamir Rice, the 12-year-old child that was shot in Cleveland by police, when that happened, what did they do? The first news story in Cleveland that made a big splash was about Tamir Rice's parents and the history of domestic abuse and criminality among his parents, not about the cop that killed him. We talk worse about black victims than we do white killers. What did we say about Ted Bundy? Oh, he was so smart and he was so quiet and he always seemed so nice. Every time one of these white boys goes and shoots up a school, what do we say? We had no idea he was going to do this. So we talk better. We have more sympathy for white folks who commit mass murder, bury bodies under the house, cook them up in a soup pot and eat them, right? Than we do black folks who were killed by police. We start digging for every bad thing they ever did. We want to know if they had a juvenile record. We want to know if they'd ever been arrested. That's what the media does. And until that changes, I'm afraid white folks will stay in denial, and it'll be very hard for us to move forward, whether we're talking about cops or just average everyday folks.
He said a mouthful, but before I go there, it's a raid. Hey, this raid is being brought to us by DJ Miss Classy. Come on in here, DJ Miss Classy. She is a streamer, you all, and if you're not following DJ Miss Classy, quit chewing your ways. Quit them, because she's going to bless your whole life. One reason the Bishop of Twitch is coming through the raid with DJ Miss Classy. Misty Blue 3, come on in here. Mad love to you. Thank you for coming in the Lion's Den. I'm watching you people come through. Miss Fio 7, mad love to you. Come on in here. I see you, little Southern girl. Mad love to you. I appreciate you. Coming on in, and everybody that's riding that raid train, come on, DJ Miss Classy and the Classy Lounge. I love me some you. Come through, Big Moochie, baby. That's the way we do it in here. I appreciate you. Y'all still coming. I see you. Come on. Honey. Hey, Daisy B. I see you. DJ T 1964. I see you. And I'm going to assume DJ T 1964 is a streamer. If you're not following DJ T, quit your eyes. Just quit them, because there's a blessing in the pressing. Please believe it. It's so good to see every last one of you and come through. I appreciate you once more and again. DJ Miss Classy, this is my girl. She's so classy. I tell you what, I love me some you, and thank you for bringing your family into the Lion's Den. Mad love to each one of you. Now, as we continue on, as we get ready to wrap up, I'm going to try to do as much running of the clips and not running of my mouth so that we can get through as much of this as we possibly can before we get up out of here on our way over to Rebel's house. Now, this right here is just showing how even with the information and even with the statistics, honey, the Saints still not trying to hear the truth. So at the end of the day, Cheering, at the end of the day, I just want us to be completely aware of the situation. Now, evidence is there, speaking loud and clear, but we still don't want to receive it. It's already rolling. I was trying to let it scroll back, but I'm going to let it go twice so you all can get it in its entirety. And here we go.
Florida, when somebody's black selling their house, the appraisers will come in and literally give them a value $100,000 to $300,000 less because they're black. You know that that's actually happened, right?
You'll take one story and say that.
Oh my God!
On how many occasions has that happened? Oh, he did put it up.
The Federal Housing and Finance Agency released 47 million appraisal reports to the public for the first time. The appraisals, which were compiled between 2013 and 2021, present evidence of a persistent, widespread practice in the home appraisal industry to give higher values to homes when the occupants are white and devalue them if the owners are people of color.
That's such bullshit. That's such bullshit. You know why?
Hold up.
Let me tell you why that's such bullshit.
They actually took the reports and showed the data, and now you call it bullshit.
Of course I call it bullshit.
So wait a minute. Do you even know today? We've done the stories in Florida. When somebody's black selling their house, the appraisers will come in and literally give them a value $100,000 to $300,000 less because they're black. You know that that's actually happened, right?
You'll take one story and say that.
Oh my God!
On how many occasions has that happened? Oh, he did put it up.
The Federal Housing and Finance Agency released 47 million appraisal reports to the public for the first time. The appraisals, which were compiled between 2013 and 2021, present evidence of a persistent, widespread practice in the home appraisal industry to give higher values to homes when the occupants are white and devalue them if the owners are people of color.
That's such bullshit. That's such bullshit. You know why?
Hold up.
Let me tell you why that's such bullshit.
They actually took the reports and showed the data, and now you call it bullshit.
Of course I call it bullshit.
So wait a minute. Do you even...
Even when the information is right there in front of your eyes. He said you took one story. I see y'all saying deflecting and denial. I'm watching you people. Thank you for that hug, and hugs right back to you. So much mad love to you. Crystal Method, come on in here. So much mad love to you. Even with the data. Even with the oh, you took one story and you just want to okay, so here we're gonna pull literal statistics. Woo! We're gonna pull literal statistics out. And you're going to deny the statistics. I mean, the Roland read the statistics straight from a piece of paper. I said I wasn't going to talk, so I'm going to try to be true to my word so we can get through all of these. But at the end of the day, you got literal statistics here, and you don't want to deal with the statistics that are right here staring you in front of your face. What are we talking about? What are we doing? But you know, folks, you can't handle the truth. That's what Jack Nicklaus said on that movie. You can't handle the truth. We got statistics, baby. And the facts are staring you in the face and you cannot take it. I just don't even know. This is some mess. Now, this is an older one. I put this in here. You can catch me on. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Listen, every time you turn around, they gonna say, you can catch me on the camera. It wasn't me. It was not me. We didn't do that. The truth can be so confusing to deniers. I'm telling you, gaslighting at its finest. The adult children never learn how to accept when they were wrong. Listen, let me tell you what. This brother right here, I'm gonna go because I said I gotta get out of here. I gotta quit talking. I gotta roll these clips. I gotta roll this beautiful bean footage and stop talking because something down in my shondo wants to speak.
Egyptians.
The Europeans did not look for people smarter than they were. Okay? And to this day, where they find evidence where that might have been the case, you have people saying aliens did it. Egypt is, of course, in Africa.
Yeah.
A brilliant civilization. Oh my gosh. While Europeans were still either disemboweling heretics or whatever the hell they were doing, even before that, thousands of years ago. So my point is, if you don't look for it and you don't find it and you're going to create a map of humans of the world, you're going to put yourself at the top. That's what you're going to do. And you're going to write things like this. Who do you want to hear from? Thomas Jefferson or Francis Galton?
Jefferson.
Jefferson, 1785. Speaking of the Negroes, comparing them by their faculties of memory, reason, and imagination, it appears to me that in memory, they are equal to the whites. In reason, much inferior, as I think one could scarcely be found capable of tracing and comprehending the investigations of Euclid. And in imagination, they are dull, tasteless, and anomalous.
What is Euclid? How about
Now, I'm going to play that again. I'm going to play this again, but I just want you all to be clear. I want you to be clear. This passage that he's reading at the end is from Thomas Jefferson. Yes, the same Tommy boy that had Chocolate Sister over there behind the wall in his bedroom. Now, this is the same Tommy boy. We talking about Thomas Jefferson. This is the same Tommy boy that had all them cheerings. This is the same Tommy boy that, listen, and you gonna talk about they tasteless, they this and that and the other, and listen, this is the same Tommy boy that at the end of the day, he couldn't get enough of that sister. So, you know, I'm just saying, quit lying. You ought to quit lying. I said I was going to quit talking, but here we go. I'm going to play this because, listen, we got one more. I just wanted to bring that up. Here we go.
the Egyptians?
The Europeans did not look for people smarter than they were. Okay? And to this day, where they find evidence where that might have been the case, you have people saying aliens did it. Egypt is, of course, in Africa.
Yeah.
A brilliant civilization. Oh my gosh. While Europeans were still either disemboweling heretics or whatever the hell they were doing, even before that, thousands of years ago. So my point is, if you don't look for it and you don't find it and you're going to create a map of humans of the world, you're going to put yourself at the top. That's what you're going to do. And you're going to write things like this. Who do you want to hear from? Thomas Jefferson or Francis Galton?
Jefferson.
Jefferson, 1785. Speaking of the Negroes, comparing them by their faculties of memory, reason, and imagination, it appears to me that in memory, they are equal to the whites. In reason, much inferior, as I think one could scarcely be found capable of tracing and comprehending the investigations of Euclid. And in imagination, they are dull, tasteless, and anomalous.
What is Euclid? How about the Egyptians?
The
From
Europeans did not look for people smarter than they.
And there you have it. So I'm going to keep it moving. I'm going to keep it moving. I'm going to keep it moving. At the end of the day, I got to get through these last few videos. I want to give up props for this. For anybody that's familiar with Slutty Vegan, I'm so proud of this sister right here. Oh, come on. For whatever reason. Okay, so it's not going to give me sound today. So we're going to bind the devil and just keep it moving. I want to give it up for Slutty Vegan, who has been named at the end of the day. Anybody that's eaten at Slutty Vegan, put a 1 in the chat. I know several people have. Slutty Vegan Restaurants by Pinky Cole has become on Time Magazine's 100 Next list. On Time Magazine's. So listen to all of you chefs, all of you cooks in here, all of you people that are aspiring to do something. I want Pinky Cole to encourage you. As a matter of fact, let me just put her picture up. It won't roll and give me the video, the audio. But at the end of the day, I'm giving it up for this sister. Slutty Vegan. And she has a powerful moving, and she started in a truck, Michelle Browno. She started in a truck, and I just wanted to roll that beautiful bean footage, but it's not going to roll for me. We will not be defeated, but we will still give her the accolades that I feel like she's due, and I appreciate her for her tenacity and hanging in there. What's this one right here? Oh, come on. Now, this one right here, I might need to save this one till next week. I might need to save this one because let me go ahead and run it. Let me go ahead and run it because I got a feeling this is going to create some stir here from this brother. Anyway, hold on just a second. Let me get the volume going.
Concert before his very eyes, Jason Aldean ducked and ran for safety as his adoring fans were being mowed down by a gunman. Jason Aldean ran. Jason Aldean didn't go get his granddaddy's gun, track down the shooter to go all Walker, Texas Ranger on him. No, Jason Aldean ran. And when the time came for Jason Aldean to do his tough guy chest thumping, talking about try that in a small town, somehow mass shootings didn't make the cut of his video. Too busy glad-handing the police and protecting a piece of fabric. These colors don't run. Well, Jason Aldean, you do. Now, to be clear, Jason Aldean, I'm not calling you a coward for running. That was, in fact, the safest option for you. So relax with all the tough guy talk about what you're going to do if we try that in a small town. We already know what you're going to do, Jason Aldean. We out here.
And that's all I'm going to say about that. Jason Aldean, they called you for filth and read you for filth as they needed to. Now, try that in a small town. We don't run in these colors, but you sure did. Now, at the end of the day, I'm going to keep it moving. I tell you what, we're about to get out of here and head over to Rebel's house. But I love this sister right here, and she spits some knowledge and some truth that I think is always particularly coming from my sister. I appreciate it. And so here we go, and we're getting out of here.
Middle of the night. Make no mistake that this is a juncture in American history where you're either going to be on the right side or the wrong side. We invaded this country. Native Americans were living here for 20,000 plus years before we discovered America. Black and indigenous children and other children of color have to sit day after day after day for generations in classrooms with this false narrative of US history, knowing that it's a lie. And so we, white women, mostly white women who are trying to ban books and not teach CRT, which is a flippin' red herring. Why? Ask yourself why. Seriously, because our children are going to find out that cat is out of the bag. So why don't you just be on the right side of history instead.
And for that, I'm going to applaud this sister. If you follow her, why is it racist? I believe is her handle. I want to give it up for her because she's always challenging other Caucasian brothers and sisters to do the right thing. As she said, the cat is already out of the bag. As we saw from the little children. And because Rebel lets me take a little bit of liberty as she's getting ready and queued up and coming on stream. I want to play these last two. This is the last video, and then I'm going to leave with one last instruction for self-care as we get up out of here. I'm going to take these couple extra minutes because, again, I will not be here the rest of the week. This is the last stream of the week because I will be, and thank you for all the condolences, love, and prayers that came forth in the stream. I appreciate you. I'm going to show this, and then I'm going to do one last video or one last picture, and we're out.
Heard that a Netflix documentary, Queen Cleopatra, almost immediately faced criticism for casting a black actress, Adele James, to play Cleopatra. The criticism comes from Egyptian officials and so-called historians who claim that casting a black actress as Cleopatra is historically inaccurate and a blatant historical fallacy. Really? Why do you keep trying to steal and rewrite African history? Whenever people of African descent come up in history, you have a problem with it. For example, there was a January 11th, 1988 Newsweek magazine that had a front cover showing a picture of a black man and woman in the so-called Garden of Eden with the caption, "In search of Adam and Eve, scientists explore a controversial theory about Adam's origins." Why is there even any controversy? Even your scientists state that humans evolved out of Africa. Did you know that the U.S. Census Bureau defines the term European as, quote, a person having origins in any of the original peoples of Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa? It includes people who indicate their race is white, end quote. How can they even say this with a straight face? Shakespeare, in the opening lines of his Antony and Cleopatra, calls Cleopatra tawny. Your dictionary defines tawny as brownish orange to light brown color. I think actress Adele James fits this definition a lot closer than someone who is Anglo-Saxon or European. Wouldn't you agree? And by the way, Europe was named after an African queen named Europa. Let's teach our children the truth. I know I am.
And there you have it. And I hope that you understand Europa and the significance of that and your love to be called European, which is also after a black queen. That's the way we're going to do it this morning on Yes You O Cube as we get up. Oop. That's all I'm saying, my lock journey. That's all I'm saying. The individuals don't even realize that they're naming themselves after a black queen, and that's the way it is. So here we go, Kieran. I love you. I love you. I love you. I'm going to once more and again, as an encouragement, ask you to please remember your brother and your sister that is dealing and living with chronic pain. I wanted to bring that knowledge to the table. Drop that knowledge is what we're doing. I'm So Sexy. We dropping that knowledge. If you only knew that you're calling yourselves after a black queen, you'd probably try to kill yourself. I'm watching you people. Thank you for those roaring biddies. Nothing but mad love coming to you. We're building something. Isn't it so funny? It's the irony. The irony is hilarious, my lock journey, but that's what happens when you're ignorant. So anyway, as we get up out of here, listen, we have this BTD Mom. Thank you for those roaring biddies. I appreciate you. We're building something. Mish 8. Thank you for those roaring biddies. We're building something. Nothing but mad love to you. And I appreciate everybody that's here in the Lion's Den. That's the way we do it. I'm watching you people. Thank you for the roaring biddies. I appreciate you. We're building something, and I'm watching you too. So much mad love to you. Uh-oh, it's a hype train. Come through. I appreciate you all. Listen, you don't have to do it, but I appreciate you. We are building something. We are going somewhere. We are doing this flirt. I love me some of you. For God's grace and traveling mercies, I received that, and we're going to celebrate Auntie. Please believe you that. We're going to celebrate my auntie. I am blessed and honored to speak at that service, and she's such a great woman. I am just honored. I cannot wait. BTD Mom, thank you for those roaring biddies. We're building something. Miss Fee 07, thank you for those roaring biddies. We're building something. I'm watching you people. Thank you so much for coming back with those roaring biddies. I appreciate you because we are building something and we are family. Now, listen, as I said, I will not be here for the rest of this week, but we will be back on next Tuesday and we'll be doing, thank you for the sub. I'm so sexy. I appreciate you. Come on in here and welcome as a part of the Lions Den Lion Tribe. Come on, you of the line of the tribe of Judah. Come on in the Lion's Den and thank you for that sub. We're building something. Oh, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate, come on, Flirt. You're so sweet. And listen, I appreciate everybody that's in here. My lock journey, that's my lock whisperer. Beat, teat, deep, Mom, thank you for the roaring biddies. We're building something. As I said, I'm going to go ahead and while we're waiting for the hype train to run its course, and thank you once more and again, because I know you don't have to do it, but I appreciate Michelle and Rebel. Thank you all. Y'all doing your thing. I appreciate you. And I want to come back and say once more and again, we will start in October in a soft launch. We are having and creating what we call the experience, and the flow is called Accepted. We will be physically meeting here in Frisco at a space that I'm telling you, when I tell you, DJ Pifu, thank you so much. Come on. Mad love to you. Come through. But we are having what we are calling the experience. DJ Pifu is a streamer, y'all. If you're not following DJ Pifu, quit your ways. Just quit them, because I promise you, you will be blessed. I promise you, you will be blessed. That's my brother right there, and I love me some him. Now, I'm watching you people. Thank you for the roaring biddies. We're building something, and this is part of what we're building. As we talk about the different things that we're doing, DJ Pifu, I love you, my brother. Good morning to you, and welcome into the Lion's Den. It's always a blessing anytime I see your name. You always bless me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Just your presence is a blessing. I appreciate you, sir. Now, Miss Fee 07, come through. Thank you for the roaring biddies. We're building something. I appreciate you, sis. I really, really do. I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. We are starting to launch out and we're doing the thing. So as we are organizing, what we talk about in these streams is not just talk. We plan then, as we say, be the change. We're talking and planning and organizing, and every time we get together, we're going to have an experience. And that experience is not only to build family and love and bonds and strength and wealth and knowledge amongst ourselves, but it's also to go out and build the community and the people in the community. As I say to the people, we build the people. It's not about trying to build this and that and the other for accolades, for fame, fortune, or this and that and the other. We're here to build the people. How do we build the people? We're waking up the lions, y'all. We're waking up the lions. Come on with that gifted sub. You all, I appreciate the love that you are sharing with each other. I'm watching you people is on the move this morning. Thank you for those roaring biddies. I appreciate you. We're building something. So as we're moving out, and you're going to see my schedule, I'll keep you abreast. Schedules will be shifting around a bit because we're still doing solutions. We'll be doing that twice a month. We've got the Institute for Higher Consciousness, which will be held twice a month. The other things that we are, I appreciate you. I'm watching you people. You're so blessed. So you're such a blessing. We'll be doing those things twice a month. We will then be adding a study for people that really want to go deep. And I'm saying deep. We're not just talking about the Bible, but we'll be bringing books of wisdom and knowledge and understanding from all different angles. We'll unpack some of the understanding of what there tends to be issues in the King James Version, and we'll be dealing with all different levels of understanding. We'll be talking all kinds of things that can help you to have a better understanding to be able to work from and work toward. We'll give you clarity even on passages, obscure passages that have been mistranslated and misinterpreted. We'll be doing all of that. I'm here to make a change. We're here in the Lion's Den so that we can roar. We're not just saying it. We mean it with every inch and fiber of our being. We're about to be the change that we want to see. I'm going to ask Michelle Brownell, are we good? Are we good? I want to make sure because I can't see the raid that's going. I'm sorry, the hype train that's going on. So let me know. Am I good, Michelle? Am I good? So listen, I appreciate you all because this Pride of Lions, you're going to hear us roar. Thank you for all of you that came in. DJ Miss Classy, one reason, each of you respectively, one reason on yesterday, DJ Miss Classy today, and LaWanda Baskerville. Those raids, I appreciate you for finding the generosity to share your family and your friends from your stream and raid them into this channel. I want to say I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And to all of those that rode that raid train over with whomever you came through with, I want to say thank you for coming because you didn't have to come. You could have easily hit that button that said leave. So I thank you for coming and I appreciate you. I'm waiting for some intel. I have no visual on the hype train, none whatsoever. So I just want to make sure because they listen earlier in times they said my mods told me, STL, you got to stop just raiding out. We're in the middle of a hype train. And I have no clue. I didn't see it. And so I appreciate I got 1 minute left. Okay. In that 1 minute, let me go ahead and do this in that 1 minute because I'm not going to waste your time. I want it to be worth your while. So I want to just talk about this last video that we were going to put up, ways to love yourself. Invest in your dream. Do you hear me talking to you? Invest in your dream. Be kind to yourself. Would you do that for me, please? Stop worrying about others' perspective of you. Listen, it makes no difference what they think or what they feel. The only opinion that makes a difference is your opinion of yourself. Take good care of your body. Now you flowing with me? And then you see a woman here, but this is not gender specific. It's for everybody, men and women alike. Come on, I'm watching you people. Thank you for those roaring biddies. We're building something. And meditation. You hear me talk from a perspective as a spiritual thought leader. I'm always encouraging you in your spiritual journey. It is part of anchoring your core. You've got to get yourself anchored, and meditation, and it comes in many forms. It's not just the idea. Many times you hear people talk about medication, empty yourself out, but sometimes there can be a filling yourself up, filling up your senses. I go to the lake and I don't go through a process of trying to empty myself out. Come on, I'm so sexy. I don't go through a process of trying to empty myself up. I go through the process of filling myself up. So I want you to meditate. Say no more often. Somebody needs to hear that. And maybe that's why we went this extra minute. Say no. Let me get some help. Let me get some help. This is what I want you to say. Say no more often. Somebody needs to hear that. Take yourself out on solo dates. It's not, I don't care even if you're married, take some time for yourself. I don't care if you're in a relationship, take some time for yourself and go out by yourself and enjoy yourself. Set standards. Be a giver. Surround yourself with those who love you. That's what I said. I'm watching you people. No. Uh-oh, that's not what I was trying to hit. But anyway, surround yourself with those who love you and keep the promises you made to yourself. Can we go out like that, Sharon? Can we go out like that? This has been another edition. No, KB Brown, say no. Just say no. Listen, this has been another edition of Yes You O Cubed, one-on-one, just me and you. We are headed over to Rebel's house, y'all. We're headed over to Rebel's house, and I want you to ride over there with us, wouldn't you? Listen, we're on our way. We're on our way. We're on our way. I appreciate you, and I want you to come go with us, and we will do you good. Now listen, at the end of the day, I want you to be the change that we want to see. Listen, and this Pride, Pride, this Pride Alliance is relentless, and you're going to hear us roar. It's us, you, me, we, all. Dimples, thank you. Dr. Dady, thank you. KB Browns, thank you. Come on, Mama, come on. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. I'm so glad that you were here. Now, listen, at the end of the day, I want to thank everybody that's here for coming through. You have been a part of the Lion's Den and enrichment. I appreciate you for bringing that enrichment into our lives. To my moderators, the Rebel Inc., Michelle Brownell, Shelly Thunder, who's traveling mercies, Lord, traveling mercies. And to those that came across on the raid, and to Miss Classy, and also the One Reason for bringing your families in, and LaWanda Baskerville. Listen, Won't Be This Way Always is available. You can get it on iTunes, Amazon Music, Google Play, and Spotify, or just hit my sister up, prmusicgroup.com. I have a sponsor, and I appreciate them, David Ryan Charity, where our motto is love on purpose. Now come ride with us, because we're headed to Rebel's house. Come go with us. We will do you good. Listen, at the end of the day, Shelly Thunder's on that airplane right now, but let me speak for her. I want you to have an amazing day on purpose. Do what you love what you do, and peace for your journey. I see you, SB 1987, mad love.